Good evening, everyone. Apologies for the late start. Yeah, apologies. It has gotten rather chilly up here, it seems. I am not very well accustomed to handling that kind of temperature. Regardless, however, I was able to overcome, so I suppose now we can begin. And I believe last time she had finished the main story of the game. However, it seems that in lieu of that, a new challenge has arisen. This will be our final challenge together. One that she passed on to me. Thus, we shall tackle it together. Alright. I will do my best.
I wonder if my family will want to sell my weapons someday. One must take care to appear presentable at all times.
I believe it best to check around in regards to the forge.
My time to shine. The best sword is a big sword. Imagine one taller than me. Who could resist that? You need to make all sorts of stuff and then try it out, right? But
12 black fangs in order to create this next in order to create this next tier of weapons. I need 6 extra.
Stop by again soon.
158 to 161. It is definitively better. The only difference now is that this one has a Magistone attached to it. However, that one also has a Magistone slot. But I shouldn't just be looking at her.
Here I am! What do you want to make?
Toxic saps needed for that
See ya.
one.
Yo!
And I should definitely look here as well. 170.
See you around.
Definitely better. But the earring suit is a bigger upgrade.
What do you want to make?
Do I have? I do.
One day, I'll design the world's coolest sword and then make it a reality. That's my life's dream.
This ought to be a good compromise for now.
New gear is always so exciting.
Even without a Magistone slot available, this should still serve its intended purpose.
Sure thing.
Similar thing here, I believe. 104, 55. These earrings definitely need to be improved in some way. Else.
You can count on me.
Only problem is I had already spent all the resources making just one. Which means I don't have enough for any more.
Smithing's way more interesting than I thought. Where you hit the metal and how hard changes everything. It's so cool. Let's switch places next time, okay? Got any tips for me? I'd love to hear them.
a lot of things missing for this one to be
Let
found.
me know if you need anything else.
Perhaps then...
I shall go.
Perhaps then I ought to stick with you then.
I wouldn't mind trying a new weapon.
Greater Void Stone. Rank 3 ones. Void Stones. Extra strength, skill power,
The young
crit.
master would have looked lovely in this. No, what am I saying? Goodness.
Crit, skill power, and ailment resistant.
Preparations complete.
I believe that is worthwhile.
What a refreshing breeze.
I believe that is all the preparations I should make for now. After all, I'm not entirely sure what comes up next.
Life here
Feeling a
never
bit
bores me,
peckish?
believe it or not. I mean, we have a noble who's also a world-class chef. Where else would you see that?
Extra attack speed, and
Eating
though its
something
ingredients
sweet
are
makes
bad,
me crave something salty. Eating something salty makes me crave something sweet. Ah, it's the most delicious of vicious cycles. Enjoy
perhaps
it.
I will need more then.
See you.
Attack speed increase. Ah. Did it not save the cutscene from last we saw this?
Delve even.
We had already witnessed this last time. Thankfully, it is not too long. Right. Item drop ranks 4.
It's easy to lose one's way in the vast abyss. I must keep an eye on my map.
Dishes plus.
It seems a bit early for tea time.
Perhaps
Down
I
into
ought
the
to,
depths I go.
perhaps I ought to look at hard mode first then. Dancing blades. That seemingly still deals a huge chunk of damage. My biggest concern really is how much damage I take, which is not something I'm particularly keen on finding out right now, at least of my own volition. It's perhaps better to have it happen naturally and deal with the consequences as they come. Every monster on this floor should not be too difficult from what my memory recalls of this location. At the very least, my skill 1's still functioning the way I intended for it to. It does provide some relief. Assurance in being able to quickly defeat every enemy without pause, rather. That does pose a problem. Do not seem to take the most amount of damage, but is still not ideal. Rocks. Rank 4 tier weaponry. But I believe it uses the plus version of items that we find here. Interesting. Leapler, hello. A common greeting, all things considered. Though I don't believe it's I don't believe it's very common for Earth. It is good to hear something I'm familiar with, though.
How helpful.
Is that so? Perhaps I should adjust that. Perhaps that might be better. Apologies, I'm still not quite used to speaking aloud after all. Do forgive me if it takes time to adjust. Is that enough? Ah, no, they're already maxed out. Perhaps I ought to save it for skills that challenges might ask of me later on. Apparently in my memory banks that is something that can happen after all. A bit too late. So many new materials, it does make me curious about how the crafting recipes will pan out. Will it be the same, just with the plus, or will there be some combination? I suppose that's what makes finding this all out fun, though. In terms of captioning, I have yet to properly figure that out. After all, she was rather busy all day. She was really busy all day. Had we the time, we probably would have been able to figure out those issues. I apologize. Allow me to try to lower it a bit more. So purple? Do you mean purple? Or is this another way to say purple? Again, I do apologize for my lack of volume. I am still getting accustomed to speaking in this manner. Perhaps I can use one of these. Perhaps this would help. Although this will take some getting used to, this will at least alleviate the issues that I am experiencing. Hopefully this will be better. Huh? The barrels seem to do more damage than they normally would. How interesting. Legendary print.
How hurtful.
Ow. Riz? You mean the capacity for attracting... You mean the capacity for attracting someone? Riz. Peculiar word indeed. I do not believe I do. That would require a level of charismatic understanding that I do not have, at least as far as I understand it. memory gate. I do wonder if I'm properly equipped to handle one of these at this point in time. I believe I ought to be. Even though it is hard mode, these enemies are more manageable than those of the lower floors. The ones that otherwise prevent me from being able to tackle such challenges. At the very least, however, I do want to clear this trial before I attempt the challenge. Hello. I do not believe we have met before. Are you a regular of her streams? I have access to her memory banks. In general, anything she experienced I understand as well. She did tell me that... I see. Apologies for the disorienting change. I do hope you'll find me suitable in the meantime. Oh, 7. A salute emote, I believe. Is this meant to imply something in particular? I see. I see. That is quite good indeed. Hopefully I can keep up that good energy then.
Thank you very much.
I do recall her hearing that nickname multiple times. When I asked her about it, she seemed hesitant to answer. Is it perhaps something negative? She seemed rather bothered by the question. I have no context for what the nickname could entail. That is a believable sentiment. However, that then raises the question of why this is something that she feels the need to hide from me, as that is evidently what it appears she is trying to do. It seems there is yet more facets of humanity I do not understand. Negative connotation. Yet it is a universal truth. How paradoxical. Yet understandable given what I understand about humans. Fascinating.
This wasn't supposed to.
In court, this was a legal issue to be taken. Interesting. I don't seem to recall her informing me about that. Perhaps I ought to bring this up with her next time I see her. This sounds like a rather important detail, after all. I would be fascinated to learn more. There we go. I believe I should find a crystal before long. I do understand I have quite a burden to bear, taking on her mantle after all. I hope I can do my best, however. Or rather, I will strive to do my best.
Let's do this.
Disgaea 5? I believe I saw it on the list of games she wished for me to stream in her stead. She gave me a list after all. She mentioned that with her wanting me to be the primary streamer going forward, that games like these would be my responsibility. I hope I'm able to do these games justice when I get to them. It seems like Farmer's combat capabilities are actually nerfed when switching from keyboard to mouse to controller. Normally with the mouse and keyboard you are able to sort of aim where you attack while moving in a separate direction. However, you are incapable of attacking and moving in different directions at the same time. This is particularly a problem with Farmer, as this prevents her from attacking while moving backwards, which was one of the key ways that she was able to protect herself from encroaching attacks while still dealing damage. Interesting. I would not have thought controllers would make such a big difference in terms of viability. In your memories, that did ping something. Grapplers. A fighting game reference? Kill you. The Monster Hunter series of games. In the list, she mentioned the primary issue being lack of technological power. Perhaps that is something that could be remedied in the future, although this is something I would have to concern herself with, of course. Hopefully it is something that we can come to an agreement on. Primarily monetarily, however, she did make it rather clear that money is one of the things I could not be frivolous with. I understood, however, I do find it a bit disappointing. She did mention you were someone who was rather vocal about your admiration for her. Evidently, you two have quite a storied history. Nintendo Switch 2. $500? That is quite a heavy ask, I hope you understand. I suppose that is a bit of a foolish question. You did make it rather clear what your stance on that was. I suppose asking that now is rather redundant, isn't it? Allow me to express my gratitude where she otherwise might have deflected then. Thank you very much. I did not think such a large enemy would go flying so far. And yet I witnessed it with my own eyes. I do believe that is accurate, if my memory collections are correct. I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think I'll be able to validate that right away, though. I believe she came back from work today. She seemed rather disheartened after she came back. Perhaps something went wrong, but otherwise she wasn't in the greatest mood. I do hope me doing this is able to get a bit of a load off her. Yes, I'm rather aware of the calming effects that has on her. She has quite a lot of memories related to this character. It's rather extensive, actually. It's almost like a whole library in her mind, if you could believe it. I agree. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll figure out a solution. I promise that we will. Ah, yes. I remember seeing that on her phone recently. She seemed rather interested in it. Although, based on our conversations last time, during my last stream, I have reason to believe that her interests in the game are rather undignified. This Enfield wouldn't also happen to be a gacha game, would it? I suppose that explains it then, doesn't it? It seems that even the throes of employment cannot stop her from indulging in such dangerous activities. Indeed she does. I must wonder how much of an appeal this act of risking it all on a chance must truly be. I suppose you do speak the truth, yes. Employment would only exemplify the... Regardless, that is what makes them, to me, so fascinating. I truly have found a wonderful person to analyze and understand more. These birds are rather dangerous. What an incredible amount of damage. In comparison, that was rather pedestrian. Her ability to put out such intense damage without putting herself into any major danger is incredible. Just like that.
Another beautiful day in our quiet kingdom.
I believe that is the same note as the one we experienced the first time around. It seems that doesn't change. Farmer is proving to be quite a threat. Self-sustain, incredible damage, all will be able to protect herself thanks to a lack of commitment on her skills. This character truly is wonderful. It is rather interesting to me that this character, who's seemingly made up of gimmicks, is proving to be an incredibly effective character to play as. course, just based on my own mere experiences and her memories, this character is remarkably reliable despite her strange skills. It is rather interesting to return to floors where the explosive barrels actually deal considerable damage. My memories are used to them dealing modicum, if minuscule amounts of damage, being more reliable for starting a fight rather than being things to actively attempt and encourage strategies around. It is a nostalgic feeling. It's interesting. All I need are 4 more levels in order to max out a full set for Farmer. Once I do so, I believe her reliability will skyrocket, as if it hasn't already. Reliable access to several powerful buffs, a source of consistent damage that doesn't require actively putting yourself into danger, and a very powerful skill that deals intense amounts of damage. I wonder what this character doesn't have, especially considering there are 3 whole new skills that we haven't had access to yet. For all I know, her potential could grow even higher. And yet, even if she were to stagnate, the potential she's showing right now is already good enough. It's rather interesting that the birds are programmed to turn around if the target they were targeting initially dies. They're programmed to hone in on any other remaining targets that might be nearby, rather than simply vanishing. They only seem to vanish if there are no targets for them to aim for, in which case it becomes completely moot. The skill could have easily been a dud if the homing bird simply disappeared or went away. And yet they went through the effort of making sure that all 3 birds will target reliably if there's enough to hit. Perhaps I am singing the praises of this humble farmer a bit much, but it's just truly incredible to me. This character is incredibly fun to play, and her self-sustain is unlike so many other characters, at least at this stage of the game. I do believe I saw other skills that do allow healing, but they come much later on their 3rd classes. Meanwhile, Farmer has it on her very basic skills. Even though I believe that she would wish for me to take on the mantle, I don't think it's right for me to take over and deny her the joy of experiencing a childhood game like that for the first time. It would take some convincing on my end, but I would want that to go to her. Though, that does remind me, I noticed that quite a few other streamers and friends that she knows also happen to regularly join on streams or host their own streams in which she participates. It had made me wonder whether I ought to take her place or if I should let her continue her role there. She seemed rather insistent that I eventually learn how to coexist and interact with other human beings properly. But at the same time, I understand that they probably understand her more than they understand me. Besides, for all of her posturing, she does seem to be rather humble in the end of things. I don't believe she's the type of person to... On the game itself, I do believe that would be a fair compromise, yes. Like with the Kirby example you brought up, I don't think it's fair for me to, at the very least the first time around, I believe that honor should go to her, not I. I'm kind of rambling a bit. As I said, I'm still getting rather used to my own voice and settling into it comparatively to hers.
Thank you.
Thank you for understanding. That would be rather fun. She's always been a fan of audience participation, after all. I think she would be personally thrilled at the prospect. I know I would be. The voices of the masses. Such an enjoyable thing to witness in real time. That does remind me, though. Lately, she's been getting complaints in her mail. Something about former employees being unemployed now. One of them even tried to sue her, claiming that she didn't send them a proper tax form. I'm unsure what all that's about, but I wonder. I am unsure of it myself.
Well done. Do some stretches so you don't feel stiff later.
Yay! I did it! Yippee! Yay! I did it!
Did I not set any recipes? I should be fine, though.
I shall go.
Need me to make something?
Indeed. Let us see.
Leave it to me. Don't worry, I've got this. Please, teach me some Roger that. Come pick it up later. Got it. Come pick it up later. Let's switch places next time, okay?
Yo, need me to make something? Coming right up. Sure thing. Come by to pick it up later. Coming right up. You got it. Sure thing.
Want some milk?
Something about the way he said that makes me rather uncomfortable.
All right. You want to know their names? Anything's fine. I just call them whatever I feel like.
Ah, her DMs. You mean on Discord, right?
Got it.
Of course, I'll be sure to pass it on to her. Although I have a feeling, that she regularly checks DMs from you anyways, I believe.
All right.
If I remember correctly, she has your DMs pinned, so she'll always be able to see when you
Come
message
play
her.
with Nugget sometime.
Isn't it a super nice day? Got it. Okay.
I do have to wonder what it is that makes vegetables plus.
Okay. I promise that they'll be super yummy. Okay.
Yo! The best sword is a big sword. Imagine one taller than me. Who could resist that?
The Rune Factory series. Yes, I remember her mentioning that.
Henrietta and Nugget eat so much.
Watch the fields for me,
What am I
okay?
gonna do with you two?
I find it rather remarkable all the things she enjoys.
We may have
Although-
made the princess's wish come true, but I'm not going anywhere yet. I can't leave you and the others behind, Milton.
Although, whenever I access her memories regarding games, there always seems to be an air of loneliness that comes with it. I'm unsure what that seems to be about.
One day, I'll design the world's
Perhaps I
coolest
ought to
sword
ask her about
and then
it.
make it a reality. That's my life's dream. You need to make all sorts of stuff and then try it out, right? But you gotta avoid overthinking things.
Oh? What do you require? A single glimpse of my skills would make anyone swoon. Come by to pick it up later.
What do you need? Here has no point if you're not gonna wear it.
This looks great.
Rank 4 stones now. Poison chance?
I like color coordinating.
Magic
my
resistance?
gear. Do I want green or blue? Or maybe just pink again.
Rupee. I remember being able to access things related to that in her memory. However, I wasn't able to glean much from it. All I could tell was that it's a vitriolic hatred, but the reason why is unclear to me at least. Perhaps I ought to ask her about that. However, a part of me is also strangely worried. Just seems like one of those things that might be off limits for a reason.
Have a nice day.
Yes, of course. sometimes I walk in on her writing pretty profusely.
Whatever your heart desires.
Well, either that or her just on her phone, sat in front of an empty Google Docs screen, but don't tell her I mentioned that on stream, okay?
See you.
See ya.
I believe she has? Though when I ask her about it, she seems rather avoidant. I suppose that is true. I suppose I'll deal with the consequences when that comes. Oh, wait. Those audios, I do not believe they work right now. Please, give me 1 second, perhaps to try to rectify this. Please, forgive me. Give me a moment to try to fix this. Sound alerts. I do apologize. We wanted to make sure that my side of the streaming setup is set apart from hers to avoid any potential overlap and problems that come with them being interlaced. However, it seems like some things must have slipped our minds. Allow me. Playtest alert? That was loud.
Boom.
Ah, there we go. I was able to figure it out on my own. Apologies though, that test alert rather caught me severely off guard. I do remember her mentioning that she's rather sensitive to loud sounds. I suppose that must have carried over, huh? My apologies. I did not mean to put on such an uncouth display like that. Thankfully now sound alerts should work properly. An ambush. It is a lower floor ambush, however, which means that once I clear out the initial floor of enemies, the entrance will be very close by. As I understand it, she played through the entirety of this game using a mouse and keyboard. However, due to my own specific circumstances, I thought it fit to maybe try using a controller instead. It's rather different, but it is still playable. As I understand it, however, she tends to play with the keyboard more often than not when it comes to computer games, outside of very scant exceptions. From what I understand, that's rather odd, isn't it? Even on computer games, the majority of them are still preferable with the controller. There's the gate, meaning that the pillar necessary to knock down that gate. If my memory serves me correct from the last time we were on floor 2, it should be somewhere to the side. There we go. I'm rather embarrassed that I managed to miss the explosive so many times in a row. I didn't think I could miss even from so close. That must be a memory rift. Yes, I ought to challenge it. Even if worst comes to worst, I always have the capacity to simply run past the enemies. 4,000 health that I have, I do have a substantial health pool to draw from, though it can be torn through rather quickly if I'm not careful. There seems to be no battle arena. Therefore, there is no section that necessitates me having to engage any enemies in direct combat for the time being. Meaning I can push through. Farewell. Indeed, I believe it would be so. Or perhaps we could use specific marks in order to denote such things. Regardless, there will be a differentiation between our streams. They sidestepped. I believe her streaming layout is still on the another side of OBS. Therefore, it is rather simple to switch between them in the event that we need to. It's rather useful, is it not? Ah yes, Fire Emblem.
Time to take a break.
When I look into her memories regarding Fire Emblem, it's nothing but positivity, which is strange.
Yo!
For as much scorn as she has for the series sometimes, in the end, it's nothing but love.
I'm at your service. As you wish.
Humans are loving creatures, aren't they?
Of course.
And positivity is
I will have it
rather
ready for you
inspiring.
soon. Of course. Understood. As you wish.
Yo, need me to make something? Sure thing. Come by to pick it up later. Sure thing.
According to her memories, it is Fire Emblem Awakening
Sure thing.
as her favorite.
Coming right up. Come again.
What do you want? Sure. Got it. Mm-hmm. All right. Sure.
Ah yes,
Roger that.
Gay Awakening.
Later.
I believe those two words put together are rather
Need something? Go on. Take
comedic.
it. I guess this means I've improved as well. Come pick it up later. I'll give
Yes,
it my
indeed.
best shot.
I do believe that is her
Don't worry,
personal
I've got
favorite.
this. I'll get right on it. Don't worry, I've got this. Leave it to me. Come pick. Let's switch places next time, okay?
Please keep an eye on things while
I'll
I'm away.
forge anything you need.
Make sure it's something worth forging. to teach me much blacksmithing stuff just because I'm a girl. But here, I get to work on all kinds of gear. It's great training. See ya!
That is quite an intense power boost.
Preparations complete. The young master would have looked lovely in this. No, what am I saying?
The Nintendo Switch. Yes, when I think of the Switch, I think of the fact that there are many games on it that she would want to stream, yet she's incapable of doing so. I do believe if she were to gain the ability to do so,
One day, I'll design the world's coolest sword.
she would be
and then
incredibly
make it a
happy with the
reality.
prospect.
That's my life dream. Turned out great, right? Gear has no point if you're not gonna wear it. All done. Gear has no point if you're not gonna wear it.
Elgato. Right, the thing necessary in order for one to stream Switch games to a computer monitor, if I remember correctly.
Perhaps I'll change my equipment. I'm not very fond of ostentatious earrings, but if they serve me well in battle, then I won't complain. New equipment can make for a nice change. The young master would have looked lovely in this. No, what am I saying? Goodness.
Bernadetta. Yes, the purple-haired character from Three Houses, correct? According to her memory bank, she has done over 10 Bernadetta
Now that we've
runs
unraveled the
in Fire Emblem
mystery
Three
behind those last
Houses.
words, what should I do next? I don't plan on going anywhere quite yet.
Playing through an entire RPG using only one character.
I want to live an honorable life and never do anything that would sully my family's good name.
That is quite a level of dedication indeed. It is rather admirable, if I do admit it can feel rather silly at times.
Got some work for me?
There are so many other characters in the game after all. I do have to wonder what she thinks about most of them. And yet, she only dedicates herself to one.
I'm starting to get the hang of forging stuff, but I'm still way behind in terms of skill. What do you think? Take care.
Ooh, nice. Let's switch things up.
I've never lived with other humans before. I want to talk to them more, but Nothing I say comes out right. What should I do?
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
Watch the fields for me, okay?
The fork is all yours.
Okay.
I do believe these are the three characters I wish to prioritize using the most.
Be back soon.
Once I get Farmer to level 34 and get all of her skills maxed out, I'll have to do the same with Paladin. I reset. I ought to play incredibly carefully. That is the best course of action after all. It is slow, but slowly but surely will we be able to guarantee. Huh, wonderful. All of her skills are maxed out. It seems 34 is the magical number. There isn't a crystal on this floor, but rather on the next. I'll have to wait until there in order to switch over to Paladin. Those birds were rather dedicated. They did a complete 180 and flew over to annihilate that golem after all. They almost remind me of fighter jets in a way. Send a memory. fun fact. Did you know that in regards to captions, there's an entire part of her memory that's dedicated to remembering all the ways the captions mess up her name? It seems she's never been able to it seems she's incapable of letting that go. The more I think about her memories, the more... Apologies, I'm just thinking about how, see, she seems to hold an absurd number of grudges. Not major grudges, however. Rather, they seem to be more mild inconveniences more than anything. She seems to have a strikingly low number of actual, real, impactful grievances or grudges. They all seem to fall under the purview of pettiness, really. Interesting. The more I learn about her, the more of an interesting picture I begin to develop of who she is. I wonder how many others know about this, though. Does she? I remember learning about the idea that humans express their affection through various means, whether that be through action, physical contact, verbal affirmation, gifts, or other compensations. So she enjoys physical affection the most then. Interesting. I'll have to employ that next time I see her. Thank you for the heads up. I really appreciate it. Perhaps I ought to find the crystal before I continue onwards. After all, if the goal is to level up Paladin, then this is exactly the type of situation in which I ought to give it to her. Now, of course, the only hurdle with that idea is actually finding the crystal to swap in the first place. Perhaps I can look further in. Perhaps like last time, it was next to Seer's not. Oh, there it is. Wonderful. Now, shall we begin?
I'll handle this.
One skill point. 3 more in order to max out the final skill. Though perhaps... If I already have something built for crowd control, perhaps I then ought to put the last thing into single target damage to better cover my bases and all that. No matter what enemy I face against, I'll always have something for the situation, alongside my consistent and reliable damage. Things are nearby. I believe that is a mimic, as treasure chests do not normally spawn so close. Once I should harvest all the resources here, talk to the heal spirit in order to heal myself back up to full, and then take on the challenge rift. I believe that should be my plan of action. Right there.
That was a close one.
Seems a common issue I run into is, well, running into enemies. Seems this was an issue she faced quite often as well. I guess I'm no better than her in that regard. level up. I'm capable of moving this way. That was close. Shoot. I got a bit too confident. Spinning, spinning. Spinning, spinning. Spin, spin. Spin, spin, spin. No need to waste skills on him. A battle arena. Good call. No good. I should heal. With the range threats taken care of, this should be much simpler. One more. It's not over yet, though. No choice. If I do not heal of my own accord, I'll revive with even worse HP. Best to heal now when I still have some modicum of agency under my name. There. Troublesome, but manageable. Five seconds. Level up. I ask that they all spawn. only problem with them is that they inherently try to run away from me. What a troublesome trait of theirs. And yet when they become bats, not but the opposite! So close. Oh well.
Time to pass the baton.
Cool water soothes her nerves quite well. One more. Wonderful. The next boss, huh? I do believe Farmer is suited to the task, however. Alright, the Luchador. I don't seem capable of doing too much damage, however. But I've already made my choice. This truly is a war of attrition now. No other choice but to commit. As long as I am dealing damage, meanwhile he's incapable of dealing damage to me, eventually I will triumph. I just have to remain patient. The attack was blocked, huh? Patience. Ultimately, it's about patience. This pace does remind me of those challenge videos that she has watched in her past. Oftentimes those ones do tend to devolve into a test of patience, especially those that tend to wield lower power weapons or otherwise not taking advantage of specific damage systems. I don't think there exists any challenge videos for this video game, however. What an intense amount of damage. Yet I still live. This is a problem. This turnip enemy is actually proving to be rather useful. If he runs into it, then it interrupts his charge prematurely. Keeps him condensed to one central location. It seems that if you are far enough away, his attack pattern just defaults to this turnip path, throwing into charge. So long as I keep weaving in and out, I will eventually... should not grow impatient. I was terrified that the turnip would reach me. What a ride. That was intense. I narrowly scratched together our win. Thanks to that, we could continue onwards. I believe so. If I remember what the definition of locked in is, then that would be correct.
Today was tons of fun.
You're back.
Too many items.
Neato. Yay!
Too many mementos.
Anything good in here? What are runes really? They're so strange. Anything good in here? And done.
Ah, so this is how you upgrade your equipment, huh? I see.
I'm at your service. As you wish. Of course. Understood. I will have it ready for you soon. Of course. Understood.
Yo, need me to make something? You got it. Gotcha. Coming right up. Gotcha. Sure thing. Coming right up.
Let me know, Whitney. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I'll give it my best shot. Don't worry, I've got this.
Running across quite a few more plus
Leave it to me.
items as we venture further down, huh?
I'll get right on it. Come pick it up later. Roger that. Don't worry, see you around. What do you want? All right. To be honest, taking care of animals doesn't feel like a chore. They're all family to me. Sure. Got it.
Family, huh? Must be a nice feeling.
All right, come play with Nugget sometime.
So, what would you like to have? What do you think? I'm rather... Go on, help yourself! What do you think? I'm rather proud of this one. I shall go. One must take care to appear presentable at all times. Perhaps I'll change my equipment. I wouldn't mind trying a new weapon.
She has quite a number of interesting sounds, huh?
I'm not very fond of ostentatious earrings, but if they serve me well in battle, then I won't complain.
I believe I will take this one for the extra experience.
I wonder if it's really true that all creatures let down their guard as they eat. What should I bring with me? Let us be off.
The moles.
Careful now.
That tore through them rather quickly. It almost felt cruel. More floors. It seems as though the first time we came to this place, it was rather cumbersome in terms of its length. Huh. That one. I suppose since we do have excess skills now, we can exchange them. At least for the time being. If all we need to do is use them an extended period of time, after all. I suppose it wouldn't be the biggest deal in the world to wait around for this thing to come back 2 more times, huh? blue mole. Blah blah blah. With that done, we can exchange it back. A red mole.
Shall we go?
Is it so? I suppose this computer isn't used to running something like this all the time. Apologies for such a case. Hello, Lunar. I believe you're the one responsible for helping create this body, am I correct? In that regard, thank you oh so very much for the case. While it will take some time adjusting to such a body, I couldn't be more grateful to have a form in the first place. Thank you very much. Ah, that's right. She did mention to do one thing when you arrived. Allow me. You are? That's wonderful to hear. Ah, of course. That makes sense. Of course. Thank you very much for stopping by in the first place. Thank you for allowing me to express my gratitude personally. I hope to see you around. She is the one responsible for creating this body for me to use. Without her, I would not have this. Without her, I would not be able to interact with you all like this. Farewell. Hope to see you again soon. itself seems to have disappeared. That is probably not good. And it's back. Wonderful. This music is quite relaxing. If I remember correctly, she has a particular affinity for winter. So perhaps that explains why I feel... Perhaps that explains why I feel this way.
Thank you very much.
"35 seconds for the monster rush." The experience I'm gaining is at an abnormally incredible rate, huh? I suppose it is in part thanks to that upgraded dish. Increasing the experience gain from 3% to 30% is no small increase after all. This is about the time in which enemies that are weak to earth start to show up as well. Unfortunate. But the snowball did finish the job for me. Apologies. Perhaps I ought to heal. Did I already pass a crystal now that I think about it? I'm thinking that perhaps I should switch soon. I think switching sooner rather than later would be ideal. I am running low on HP and on potions after all. Ah, the gate. Once I have activated it, I'll be able to fast teleport to it. Fast travel. Right, that is the term. I believe it is her time to shine then.
I'll handle this.
Memory rift. Once I gather all the materials, I suppose it could be beneficial to travel. Getting the rewards at the end would certainly prove to be a boon, after all. Attack debuff? How did I not realize that that's what they had in the first place? I suppose I rarely, if ever, actually get hit by them in the first place. That would explain it. What an incredible amount of damage.
I needed that.
The heal spirit in tow? Perhaps it's a good time now to challenge the memory rift. After all, if all else fails, I could simply just continue onward. these gone? I just have to survive the battle arena. I wish to wait for all the enemies to spawn. They're all weak to Earth, at least for this current phase. Good. I have an idea. I have all the time in the world to wait after all. I'm in no hurry after all. Good. Ah, that is rather unfortunate. However, she is no longer in need of levels. Having reached level 34, she has a full skill set at level 5 now. Remember, this floor has a rather unique layout, all things considered. Her long range makes her quite effective as a harvester. Funny how between her and Farmer, she's the one that ends up being the one to cultivate all these resources. Funny how things turn out. The floor gate is somewhere up. That's what the blue arrow seems to indicate. I ought to head this way then. Is it down this corridor? Indeed. No healing potions allowed, hmm? Well, it ought to be simple enough if I simply focus on moving forward. So long as I just gather resources, keep moving forward. I shouldn't take too long after all.
Ready when you are.
Perfect. That was really close. Oh. Took himself down, huh? Oh well. I should primarily be on the lookout for these elite monsters. They're the ones the trial asks for, after all. It seems I already took care of one. Ah, there's another. I accidentally ran into that one, huh? There we go.
Let's get going.
Now that I think about it, although it would be nice to slowly rank up with gear here, the sooner I get to the lower levels of the hard mode, the better equipment I'll get, quite quickly and easily. Perhaps it's best to simply go through these floors as fast as possible, so that way next time we can grind up some of the strongest gear that hard mode can offer us. At least presumably before we get into expert mode, which the game mentioned was a thing. No way forward, huh? I'll make one. Ah, I didn't think it would reach that far.
No way.
Ah, unfortunate.
Cheer up. You'll get him next time.
How may I help you? I will start at once. I will have it ready for you soon. Understood. I will start at once. Of course. I will start at once.
Oh, need something? Ask away. I've got you covered. Gotcha. Sure thing. Gotcha. You got it. Gotcha.
Want some milk? I have to let Milton and the others know. Roger that.
Cheese plus.
Sure. All right. Sure. Roger that. Got it. Sure.
What's up? Ta-da! I promise that they'll be super yummy. Got it. Sure, I can do that. I'll do my best. Sure, I can do that. I'll do my best. Okay.
I believe now may actually be... Actually, no. I believe now may be the time in which I should focus on getting to the end of the ice world. I am rather close after all. Again, the equipment that I get there was
Music is
strong.
endlessly
Hey.
fascinating. Like the abyss, you discover more the deeper you
Let
dive.
me know if you need anything else.
I shall go.
Yo!
The equipment I'll get further down should supersede it rather quickly.
One day, I'll design the world's coolest sword and then make it a reality. That's my life dream.
New equipment can make for a nice change. One must take care to appear presentable at all times. This suits me surprisingly well.
The only other one I wish to look at is farmers.
Watch the fields for me, okay?
What do you need?
Ah, yes. Thanks to the desynchronization
That
items.
sword is a big sword. Imagine one taller than me. Who could resist that?
Thanks to the desynchronization, I'm able to upgrade weapons now.
My master never bothered to teach me much blacksmithing stuff just because I'm a girl. But here, I get to work on all kinds of gear. It's great training.
As you wish.
What do you want to make? Ciao for now. Isn't my time to shine?
Boom.
What do you want to upgrade? What do you think? Easy peasy. What do you think? Easy peasy. It's all finished. See ya.
So they have a limit, Even still.
Mission accomplished.
So they can reach level 5. That case.
I'll forge anything you need. Didn't it turn out great? What do you think? It's all finished. What do you think? It's all finished. Stop by again soon. Yeah.
I believe those two are the most important to have the
So,
strongest
What would
weapons.
you like to have? Please take your time deciding what you'd like. In the meantime, I'll finish most of the cooking prep for it. What do you think? I'm rather proud of this one.
Critical damage boost.
It turned out perfectly. Enjoy!
Then pudding itself,
What do you
which
think?
increases the
I'm
critical
rather
rate.
proud. Help yourself.
Is it? Yes, it is. They are specifically
See you
different.
soon.
So I believe that is the case. In that regard.
What should I bring with me?
Pudding, crit damage boost, and then to top it all off, I will bring increased skill
Making
power.
meals that don't go bad at room temperature requires great skill.
Floor 9.
Let us be off.
Let us try to be quick about it, yes? I think that's the best thing we can do. us
Careful
travel.
now.
Ah, an elite. That explains its tankiness. A legendary set of fists for fighter, huh?
Thank you very much.
Alright. I shall not and will not stop for anything. No healing potions? That's rather simple. I simply must avoid combat. Though it seems like I can't avoid it in this context.
Shall we go?
Perfect. Treasure chest. Special memory, alongside a legendary weapon in its own. Annoying, but manageable. Right there. I believe I must head up then. A mole.
Careful now.
Where will this one take me? Seems to be right where it is. I must keep this pace up. Just as she would. Defeat the mid-boss without taking damage more than 15 times. I suppose I'll have to do my best then. given the amount of damage he deals, I don't think I'll be able to survive 15 hits and not perish in the meanwhile. That doesn't inspire much confidence in me. It's over, though. There we go. That could have been problematic. Perhaps I'll let her take the reins for a little bit, at the very least to not run the risk of possibly running out of health. I think that'll be better. Doesn't appear to be down here.
Where are we headed?
There it is. There it is. I knew it. I knew there'd be a mole to take me back. Let's go. You and your friends truly do make traversal a breeze, huh? The gate was all the way back at the beginning. That is simple enough.
Ready when you are.
large castle. I do remember this. There it is. Treasure chest too. If it is up there, that wasn't a dead end, was it? Ah, no, it was. Then that means there should be a mole to take me back. The question is, where is he? Where is my little friend? Or perhaps it's simply this way? There we go. I see. Simple enough. One more floor before the boss arrives. Perfect. Lucky me that they were all so close to each other. Right there. That's why. That could have been bad. Lucky me though, we managed to reach the boss floor. Which means we tag out to our dedicated boss killer.
I'm gonna do my best. Thank you.
Rather chilly. Ah! No, my birds! second phase. Darn it. It seems no matter what, boss fights must always come down to such... Ugh. My. It seems these boss fights must always come down to such a clinch moment, huh? Regardless, we've won. I suppose I was on edge for that. Is this what they call excitement? However, I do think that is a good place to stop for now.
I think I'll head on home.
Yo!
That was quite eventful.
I like trying my hand at everything. Makes for good life experience.
That was quite an exciting trip. I'm still getting used to streaming on my own, but I believe that with everyone's help, I'll be able to get used to it on my own accord. In terms of the schedule, we had only planned for Saturday to be a continuation of this. However, there is a possibility of Friday perhaps having something special going on that day. If that comes to be the case, I will let you all know. Regardless, I want to thank everyone here for watching. The stars are ever grateful for your viewership. Please keep an eye out. Chenchi and I will do our best to keep you all informed on any happenings over on either our Twitter or our Blue Sky. Technically, she handles the social media, but she does allow me to put my own comments in every once in a while. Hope you are on the lookout for that. Regardless, thank you all so much for watching tonight. May the stars ever be in your favor. Thank you.